Hey guys, just Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com, and in this video I'm going to show you 10 of the best website builders that you can get. I'm going to cover ones that are the best overall, the easiest to use, the most complicated if you want to get into more coding and things like that. I'll cover the ones that are best for different industries, including if you want to start a blog, or if you want to start an e-commerce site, if you want to start a small business or big corporate site, if you want to start a photography site. I'm going to go over all kinds of the best website builders and what they specialize in, and I'm also going to cover 4 website builders that are very big. They're from very big famous companies that you might have heard of and might be looking into, but should be avoided. So these are 4 companies that have built these website builders, and they are complete flops, and you need to just avoid them altogether. I'll cover those after I feature the top 10. So the first one in my top 10 is WordPress. So WordPress is up here because they give you the most options as far as coding and building things from scratch, doing things your own way. You have all these themes, plugins. WordPress takes up about 26% of the entire internet now. So they are constantly being updated, they are constantly being improved, but they really are geared towards blogging. If you create content, whether it's a podcast, whether they're actual articles like normal blog posts, whether they're video blog posts where you embed videos and publish a new video every other day or something, if you're publishing content constantly, WordPress is your best bet. And if you want the most customization, WordPress is your best bet. If you're not worried about simplicity, you're good with coding, and you like being able to get a developer or do it yourself and customize your site in every possible way, WordPress is your best bet. But if you don't want those types of things, if you're not into making content and you want something simpler, WordPress is not something you want to use. So you can go to WordPress, download it for free. Of course, what you do from then on will either cost you more or cost you very little, depending on how you build your site, because WordPress is something that just is the structure of your site, but you also need a theme to determine how your site will look. You also need hosting with, say, GoDaddy or Westhost or WordPress engine. You need hosting, and that'll cost you, a monthly payment, whatever you get. So it might be hard to start a WordPress site for free that actually looks professional, but it also gives you the most to work with if you have a developer or you are good at just doing complicated things on websites and creating content. So WordPress is definitely one of the best options. Number 2, Weebly is a much simpler way to create websites. This is probably the best one if you just want simplicity. If you want just an overall website that has a lot of different options, doesn't really have anything that it specializes in, but is just one of the top rated overall by pretty much anyone who knows anything about websites. They know that Weebly is up there pretty high. And it's perfect for anyone, looking for just ease of use. So it's kind of an all-in-one platform, and you can add e-commerce functions to it. You can add marketing functions to it. It's not as good as WordPress for blogging, so I will say that. But Weebly is one of the easiest to use. So if you're just looking for something that's low cost or just easy to set up, it's got some great responsive themes. It does have some e-commerce capabilities. It does have a great free plan. So if you're looking to save money or keep it simple, that's one of the best ones. Number 3 is Wix, and Wix is kind of an overall drag and drop type of platform like Weebly. Wix is in many cases you'll see it as one of the very top rated website builders just because of their overall ease of use, their plans, and just the way you can make your websites look is very attractive. So Wix is up there. It's definitely one of the top rated ones by most reviewers, and you'll notice they have a great app marketplace, so they have a great community, so there's always new apps and add-ons you can add to your site if you like some good customization. They're big on customization without making it quite as complicated as, say, WordPress. They're not going to be as good for like blogging as WordPress, and there are better e-commerce options and things like that. But if you just want a great website for a business or for displaying your art or something like that, maybe photography, Wix would be a great option. Number 4 is Squarespace. Squarespace has some of the best looking themes probably of any of them. Without costing you a lot of money. WordPress has a lot of great looking themes, but it's harder to get them. Squarespace, of course, is pretty much all included in one big platform, and it's by many reviewers one of the top 3 best overall website builders. It has a lot of features. Like I said, the themes are better looking, very modern. So if you want just a really beautiful website, if you're not too worried about, blogging, or you're not too worried about e-commerce, or, something like that where it just demands a lot of traffic and a lot of, transactions and comments and user abilities within the website, then Squarespace can be probably your best option, depending on what you want. I would say Weebly, Wix, and Squarespace are the best just for creating a website to use for a reference, or use for a small business, or for displaying art and things like that. So small websites, those are the 3 best. Wix is kind of it's going to have more of a community, it's going to have more customization probably. Squarespace has some of the best looking themes, it has a lot of features as well. Weebly is one of the simplest to use, and it has a great free plan. So just keep those things in mind, and you can probably just pick from them for most cases. Number 5 is BigCommerce. So now we're getting into a specialist site like BigCommerce, which is obviously a platform that specializes in e-commerce websites. So if you want to create a retail business site where people can buy clothes online, maybe they want to order, they have some kind of shopping cart where they can order products of any kind, really, whether it's in the health industry, retail, beauty, all kinds of stuff. This is one of the top 2 best e-commerce platforms for building a website. BigCommerce has great ratings all across the board, and of course this is mostly just for e-commerce. So unless you're setting up an e-commerce store, I wouldn't go with them, but if you want e-commerce, they're one of the top 2. And the next one in the top 2 for e-commerce is Shopify, which is a great way for you to just build a simple platform, a simple online store for your e-commerce business, whatever you're selling. Shopify is a little bit bigger brand than BigCommerce. You might not have even heard of BigCommerce, but you've probably heard of Shopify. Shopify has been around. They're probably a little bit better than BigCommerce just in terms of options, marketing options, things like that. More to work with, and but you really can't go wrong with either one as far as an e-commerce website builder. So I would definitely recommend Shopify. I would probably look at them first, then go with BigCommerce, but there's not going to be too much bad things that you'll hear about either one. Number 7 is Web Starts, and Web Starts is just kind of a generic website builder. It's got decent ratings. It's probably not as good as, say, Wix, Weebly, and those types of options, but it is solid. They have improved their new editor. They have a good editor for editing your site, but it's not going to be as probably attractive as, say, a Squarespace website, and it just might be one that you might do for maybe saving money if you want to just create a free site. You don't want to get too much into it. They do have, ways for you to get more traffic and things like that. It's solid, but it's not one of the best, but you might check it out just in case. There's still probably one of the top 10 better ones out there. Number 8 is Strikingly, and Strikingly is a really nice one that it just looks really good. Strikingly is one that kind of specializes in maybe a long form, one page site. So if you're just trying to send people to a reference page or a place where they can opt in and create a account with you or sign up to an email list without getting too in depth and creating a huge website, Strikingly is probably your best option, and I would recommend them if you just need one page for 1 or 2 actions for your business. This is probably mostly going to be for business, like an online business. Maybe you have an affiliate marketing company or something like that, where you just need to collect emails for your list so you can market to them, and you don't want to deal with all the hassle of managing a website. That would be one of the main reasons to use Strikingly. So they're a solid platform for a specific purpose, creating one-page sites that have a certain function. Number 9 is Voog, and Voog is great for a multilingual site. So if you're kind of you're a website, you need a website that can be used for multi languages. Your business deals with different countries, things like that. Voog is one of your best options. They specialize in that. It's a multilingual site building platform. That's what they do. That's what they're known for. So if you're into some kind of business that requires you to have multiple languages to help people around the world instead of just doing business locally or nationally, then Voog is probably your best bet to start out with. The next one, and last but not least for the top 10, is XPRS. XPRS is all about style. It's probably best for photographers, artists, and those types of businesses where you have some kind of you're just all about looks, you're all about showcasing your work, your art, things like that. That's probably what XPRS is best for, and they have beautiful themes. They're very attractive. You can go to the XPRS website at xprs.iamcreator.com, but like I said, they specialize more for artists and people like that. It says they do blogging and e-commerce and things like that, but they're not really known for it. You have a lot better options. WordPress is much better for blogging. I would go for Shopify or BigCommerce for e-commerce. These are just for artists, photographers, and people who just need a very nice looking website without spending a lot of money and without worrying about users being able to do a whole lot or you having to publish a lot of content on a regular basis. Coding is pretty much obsolete on this platform, so it doesn't get too complex. There's not going to be as much customization, but it is solid. It's a good platform, like I said, just for a certain purpose. And these are the actually 4 big name website builders to avoid. So I had 3, and then I actually found one later on that was another one I need to add to the list. But the first one is GoDaddy. GoDaddy is one that has a website builder, and if you go to GoDaddy.com and /websites, you will notice that they have a place where you can build a website. And of course they hype it up and market it and things like that, but just because it's a big brand from GoDaddy doesn't mean they do it well. GoDaddy is more into domains, hosting, and things like that. They do not specialize in website building. In fact, their website building really lacks, especially opposed to the 10 other options I've already mentioned. That GoDaddy just does not do well for whatever reason with website building. There's no blog, there's no e-commerce, and the responsive themes that you really need in today's world through the internet for all these different devices people will go to your website on. They don't have responsive themes unless they just recently changed that. So I would not recommend GoDaddy for building a website. Next is Vistaprint. Vistaprint, of course, as you know, is big into helping businesses. They kind of started out with business cards and things like that, and they've expanded into other marketing materials. But the problem with Vistaprint is they're just not good with websites. Websites is not something they really do well. It's just another one of those things they added on to see if they could do it, to see if they could get more customers, but it's not what they specialize in. It's like a lesser version of another one called Webs, but it's got really bad ratings from everyone I've seen use Vistaprint's website builder, so I just wouldn't recommend it. If you're going to use Vistaprint, stick to like posters and business cards. Number 3 is Google Sites, and you would think Google would have a really good website builder considering how high quality most of their products are, but you don't hit a home run on every single product you do. I don't care how good your company is. And Google Sites, that's just the case with them. They didn't do well with their website builder. It's just not as good as some of the other ones that actually specialize in that. It's really better for like building wiki pages and things like that, just overall database type pages, but they're not good for like small business or anything like that. So I would not recommend using Google Sites for building a website for pretty much any scenario, except for, you know, like database pages if you're into like wiki pages and stuff. Number 4, last but not least, is Adobe Muse. And you know Adobe, of course, they are a big software company. They're known for Photoshop and their cloud and all kinds of different programs, PDF readers and things like that. But just because they have a lot of quality products doesn't mean they're going to do well with all of them. So their website builder is really lacking. It's called Adobe Muse, and Adobe Muse, if you go to muse.adobe.com, you can look at it if you're interested, but it's not one I would recommend, especially compared to the top 10 I mentioned earlier. If you're just, unless you're like desperate for something for Photoshop, it's like a Photoshop style website or something. If you're big into Photoshop, which is like one of their biggest products, of course, you might could do something there if you have some type of Photoshop style website. That's pretty much the only way I've seen anyone actually give it a good review. So other than that, you can't code. It's not going to be the prettiest website. It's not going to have as much of a community as some of the other ones like Wix, it's not going to be as easy to use and as comprehensive as Weebly. It's not going to have as much customization and content as WordPress. So I wouldn't recommend it. It's a big company, but that doesn't mean their website builder is as good as their other products. So if you got something from this video, if you feel like you learned a little bit about different website builders and what they might be best for, and you feel like it might help you make a better decision, please like and subscribe so I can create more videos like this for you. And if you want to mention a website builder that I left out that you thought should have been in the list, whether it was one of the worst or one of the best, or if you want to just let me know what you thought about the video, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to contact me directly, if you want to get more in-depth blog posts on this type of stuff, get courses and tools that you can use to get better results, building websites, creating your first business, improving a business you already have, you can go to selfmadesuccess.com. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day.